Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So welcome to the weekend, everybody. I'm Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin charts. So yeah, Bitcoin on the 4 hour. On the 4 hours, you can see we flirted with this upside resistance area, which was our target. Obviously, this top of this range, our target of that is basically we bull flagged it out, got broke back above, and obviously when we broke back above, we got that acceleration. Well, that acceleration, trying to tap the next level, but as it happened, looked like it got a bit front ran, but it was a pretty aggressive move. If you're looking at from a low of basically 51,000 to a high of of roughly 57,000. So yeah, that's a pretty juicy move. So yeah, having a little bit of well, you could call it a bull flag, you could call it a front run of this level. So yeah, well, let's see how it goes. Weekend price action. Basically, you know that my bias will be looking towards a full retrace of this, and basically back down to this support level for when CME's open on Sunday evening for me anyway here. But yeah, Bitcoin obviously just looking great here. I mean, if we can just establish price action we've established price action, but like established support at this horizontal here around 50, well, basically 52 we'll call it, then obviously the sky is the limit. Are we going to see a bit more sideways in this zone? Yeah, potentially. Are we going to potentially lose this zone 52 and come back into this zone? I mean, we could do. I guess it just depends on depends on how much Tether gets printed, to be honest, and how many Elon tweets we get, how many retail FOMO comes in, and just all that cool stuff. Obviously, you guys may be aware funding rates are getting pretty high on exchanges, so yeah, they can indicate a local top. But yeah, only a local top, not like the end of the bull run or anything. But yeah, the trend is your friend, basically, as they say. Obviously, it's just looking onwards and upwards. But I think obviously people don't really. I mean, people's attention span in crypto is pretty short, so you see a move like this and just think we're never getting a pullback again. But I would just refer you guys back to this move here. This was a nice move, not too dissimilar to what we've got going on here. And then yeah, we did play sideways to down for quite a long period. Well, a long period in crypto. So are we going to get a pullback like that at some point? Yeah, obviously we will. It depends on what level it comes from, and that pullback could even turn into a reversal, and that also will at some point in the future. But who knows when that will be. But yeah, when could we expect it now? I would probably say that we are quite close to this level, and we have got momentum. So if we are going to have a pullback, we probably just get a bust up above this level into the 60Ks. Just a local blow off top. And then basically a pullback in much the same way we got this pullback like here, and then trade some sideways, and then obviously look to decide, are we continuing with the bull market or are we reversing? But obviously my bias would be to continuing with the bull market, clearly, but we'll assess that in real time. We don't need to do any more crystal ball speculation on that, even though there has been a healthy dose of crystal ball speculation from myself in this video so far. But yeah, crypto looking good, Bitcoin looking good. There are a few problems here and there. Obviously, we've got not that it's a problem, but we've got Binance Smart Chain going a bit wild, and obviously we do all know what goes up must come down to a certain extent. So at some point that may spook that corner of the market. We've got crazy Ethereum fees, which are pretty debilitating for most traders on Uniswap, and even bigger traders. I mean, you still don't want to be paying like $200 gas to do trades, even if you're doing like 10k plus trades. You still don't want that. So yeah, we've got that aspect of it. Yeah, we've got just the fact that we've just come quite far so quickly. Some sort of sideways to down consolidation just overall would not go amiss. So yeah, there are plenty of things. There are plenty of things to suggest warning around these levels, especially I think if we do get a blow off top into this 60k, then we do come back down below this 58k, then I think that would be as clear a signal as we will get for the basically the higher likelihood that we would trade sideways to down. Where that down actually comes in at, it could be around this 46k. It could even be as low as around this 42k. Really get some people worried. Yeah, really get some people worried. Yeah, we've got that to potentially look out for. We can also, if we just take like it's obviously going to be very, very rough. Say we get a spike up into around, we'll just call it 65k. Well, I think I've clicked on 66, have I? Yeah, right, anyway, around this. Even a pullback to around this 46 would only be a 30% pullback. Which we could be looking at the textbook 40% pullbacks in Bitcoin's price history in bull runs, being generally front ran to about 30% pullbacks. That could be the case. Targets, obviously a 40% pullback target. Targets usually get front ran or overran. Or basically blown through. But down to here, down to this level, down to this level would be, that's basically what would be a 40% pullback. Would be around 40k. But I mean, more realistically, could we get down to around this 37%? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that would look fine. But yeah, but like I said, I think potentially, Bitcoin's pullbacks of the traditional 40% number. 30% may be the new 40%, put it that way. But this is pure speculation. Obviously, we haven't wicked up here, we haven't got rejected, we haven't come back down to here, and we haven't started coming down. So it's just a pure guess. But definitely something that I if it happened, it just would look perfectly normal within the overall trend. So yeah, that is a lot of Bitcoin, literally just crystal ball stuff there, guys. But yeah, it's all just based on just how you see markets move, how Bitcoin has moved previously. So yeah, just kind of my views there, just my overall views. Ethereum, Bitcoin. As you can see, hit this trend line again. I mean, basically, you can see we had a bounce off this 409, and then we had a sell-off around this 409. But yeah, hit this trend line again. Well, a week below it, hit the trend line. We're back up here. So, I mean, Bitcoin's got this Ethereum Bitcoin pair, and Ethereum's going to start doing well. It's got to start to make a move here. Otherwise, it is going to look increasingly more bearish. But I believe it can do it. I believe I've got a healthy dose of optimism and hopium with that Ethereum can start to get going. Like I said, it's obviously had its Polkadot ecosystem competitors. It's also got its Binance Smart Chain competitors. It's got basically it is its own worst enemy at the moment with the ridiculous high fees. Obviously, those high fees are because of usage, and usage is obviously good. So I mean, that's one way of looking at it. But yeah, it has got some things, and these are all potentially bearish things on Ethereum. So whilst it is getting dragged up, kicking and screaming by the price of Bitcoin in USD value, it does need to start making some legitimate gains of its own, which it has obviously done prior to this pullback. But again, I mean, this just does look like a healthy pullback within the context of this trend. With this longer term channel that we've got, we did have some price action below, broke back into it, got to obviously around the midway point, and then came back and back tested it. So if we can now bounce off this level, yeah, we would pretty much be looking good for a test of the top side, which is what I keep saying. But obviously, if we lose this horizontal here again, around this level, then yeah, it's just maybe everything is going to be pinned on when ETH 2.0 basically. Bitcoin dominance, as you can see, hanging around these lows. So the overall health of the altcoin market versus Bitcoin is not looking too bad at all. So yeah, that is good. Lots of alts are popping. Obviously, we've now got Binance coin BNB contributing heavily to obviously the downward price action in this BTC dominance. So yeah, DXY, how did that close this week? Yeah, just closing around this list level. I mean, it's just looking bearish. It is looking very much like a head and shoulders, as we've been saying. So, but obviously can take a bit of time to play out. Obviously got to then close and confirm below the level. But then if that does happen, then yeah, potential acceleration. Stock market's up there, looking a bit tired at these levels. Again, they have their own similar head and shoulders looking pattern. Gold getting whacked. No one wants gold. Just come on, we need a moment's silence for Peter Schiff. I know that we do have this gold silver ratio that obviously I look at and like, because I think silver will outperform gold basically. But imagine if we had a gold Bitcoin ratio chart. I mean, obviously we could just get it if we wanted to, but and then just basically showed that to Peter Schiff. Or I mean, he's going to be fully aware of what that chart's going to be looking like. I mean, gold has done nothing but underperform, whilst Bitcoin has done nothing but massively overperform. So you can guess how that chart is going to be looking. So yeah, just a moment's silence for Peter Schiff. He may have his day. There may be pullbacks within that ratio. He may have his day, but at the end of the day, Bitcoin started at practically cents. It did start at basically cents, then went into the tens of dollars, into the hundreds of dollars, into the thousands of dollars, into the tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, it's never going to retrace to the levels where gold would have basically outperformed for those. I mean, it obviously goes without saying. So yeah, I mean, people talk about this whole store of value. I mean, I wouldn't call it Bitcoin. I wouldn't call Bitcoin's performance over the years as indication of just of a store of value. It's a better store of value. It's just basically a better generator of wealth, if nothing else. That's probably what I'd more call it. Just a generator of wealth. Yeah. If you want a store of value, you kind of want something that's not volatile, and gold is particularly not volatile, especially compared to Bitcoin. Fair enough, its volatility is in upward direction, so yeah, great, but that doesn't make it a store of value. That, like I said, that just makes it a generator of wealth. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, Peter Schiff owns a wealth management business, doesn't he? He is not there to try and basically in the best way he can be a store of value for people. He's there to generate wealth, isn't he? So Bitcoin has obviously clearly generated more wealth in the time that it has been around than gold by just absolute massive exponents. So yeah, Peter Schiff basically is wrecked. That is all we can really say. The guy is wrecked, and the guy is irrecoverably, that's not even the word, he can never recover from this position of being wrecked he's in. The amount of time he has known and slated Bitcoin, basically, if he wanted to make people money, then he should have just been in Bitcoin, basically, or had some exposure to Bitcoin. Even like back when he would have first started talking about Bitcoin, even like a 1%, if every single one of his funds back then had like a 1%, I would even probably say a 0.1% exposure to Bitcoin, they would be ridiculously higher valued now. So yeah, just that's it. The guy's wrecked. But I just believe I mean, gold is this thing. It's like if you just gold is this thing, isn't it? That is the product that he sells. Like I said, I'm sure he does secretly and privately own Bitcoin, and he's doing fine off it. But he obviously, for his marketing purposes, Peter Schiff is basically the pantomime villain of the cryptocurrency market. And I mean, pantomime villains are exactly that. They're just pantomime villains, aren't they? Anyway, I've definitely gone on a bit too much about that. So yeah, let's go over to that. Let's look at the stochastics over here. Obviously they were looking long-term good. I mean, basically we were saying yesterday, we were looking like, yeah, potential 4-8 into this zone, and then if we can either establish in here, then great, sideways in here. But if we come up here and then come back down, then potentially trade out this range. But obviously, let's just get them up. 4 hour obviously still up there, looking very aggressive. 10 hour, yeah, 10 hour increasingly toppy. Obviously you can see at a very high level. So how much juice is in this tank. 12 hours holding up there, then took a massive leg even higher, but turning down from that higher level. Daily looking, I mean, these can all stay up here, but they are kind of saying that we are going to get basically sideways to down at some point in the probably not too distant future. Even 2 days starting to turn back over again. 3 day looking good though. 5 day, weekly. Obviously we know we're in a macro bull run. That goes without saying. So there we go. Also, I need to do a shout out to Marty, the Binance chain, the BSC chain. Basically chief degen. He has been in the chat calling out, screaming out about Binance chain for many weeks now, making many X's, and obviously lots of us in the group, including myself, have only recently been getting involved. But that guy, he's been killing it, so well done. Well done for that. Also got me in a pre-sale of a coin that looks good. That looks like it's going to be one. Well, look, it is meant to be one of the Duck DAO incubator coins as well. So obviously you didn't have to be a Duck DAO member in the gentleman's club to have gotten that pre-sale if you were in the chat. So obviously we'll see how that goes. Obviously that's extremely speculative and risky, and we wouldn't suggest anybody basically invest money that they aren't basically expecting to lose. That's how I kind of look at looking like investing in pre-sales or brand new coins is like it's not so much don't invest money you can't afford to lose. It's like don't invest money that you don't fully expect to lose. Just expect it to be a gamble. Look at all these things as like a 10-to-1 bet. So you put a bet on a 10-to-1, so you're either going to get 10 times your money or you're going to get nothing, but you just have to fully expect. You've got basically a 9 out of 10 chance of getting nothing, so expect that you're going to lose your money. That's it, basically. So don't lose any, don't invest money you don't expect to lose. Simple. So but yeah, there we go. So yeah, the link to our chat, the Telegram chat, is in the description. There are some there's some good people in there that have useful information, so it is good. It's maybe not like other chats, not that I'm in many other chats, or I am, but I don't monitor them, so I don't necessarily see how they go. But anyway, I don't really know what I've shilled that. I've just gone from a shout out to shilling the chat, the Telegram chat. But anyway, so there we go, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys later on today.